Hello and welcome to Ripple Yoga Wear's YouTube channel. My name is Alba Avella and I am so excited to be here with Ripple Yoga Wear and all of you. Today I'm going to be guiding you through a gentle Vinyasa yoga class that is available to all levels and abilities. I'm wearing my Ripple Yoga Wear jumpsuit and I can't wait to move with all of you. Remember, if you like this session, give it that thumbs up, comment, and share with your friends. Make sure you subscribe to Ripple Yoga Wear's YouTube channel. And if you want more classes from me, you can find me over at the Alba Method or my YouTube channel, Alba Avella. I'll link that in the description below so you can find me and keep moving with me. Today's class, you are just going to need your body and your mat. When you're ready, I'll meet you there. All right, today we're going to start in a tabletop position. So coming to all fours and bringing the hands underneath your shoulders and the hips over the knees. And we'll start with the toes tucked under. But I want you to create a nice solid foundation here. So really spreading wide through the fingertips, gently pushing the ground away as you start to fill up the backside of your lungs. Just taking a couple breaths, bringing the ears in line with the shoulders, feeling each fingertip grip the mat, feeling the knees, the toes, just taking a moment to bring yourself into this present moment into your body. Take a breath in and gently release, softening the jaw, the face. And from here, we're starting to make little clockwise circles through the shoulders just to start to create some movement in the body. Warming up the wrist joint, warming up the core, keeping the belly in and up. Just start to feel that movement into the shoulders and into the upper back. Nice gentle circles. When you're ready, go ahead and switch directions, feeling the difference between each side. And just breathing gently as we start to warm the body, gently coming back to center. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, start to round through your spine as you push the ground away, coming into this cat. Pushing into the heels of the hands, filling up through your back heart space. Letting the head be heavy. Continue to pull the belly in as you push into the hands. And then slowly start to move through cow face pose. So gently coming through a neutral spine, start to lift the gaze as you stretch the belly. Rather than releasing the belly, you want to keep it slightly engaged, feeling the hips tilt towards the sky. And then we'll move through that a couple times on your breath. Just noticing what you feel, keeping that solid foundation through the hands. A couple more times. Just exploring the shape and exploring the movement. One more. With your breath. And gently coming back to a nice neutral position. And from here, go ahead and come into spinal balance. So taking that left foot back and the right arm forward, continue to press through those left fingertips, getting strong through that arm, pulling the belly in and pointing those toes down towards the ground. Keep reaching as if you were shaking someone's hand. Take a breath in and slowly release, switching sides, taking that right leg back and the left arm forward, just warming up the body, beginning to feel some activation. Again, as if you were reaching for someone, and then continue to press through the heel of that right hand, flexing your right foot. And release. Good. Let's come back to that left foot back and the right arm forward, coming back into spinal balance. Just pause here. Take a wrist circle and an ankle circle in one direction, and gently switch directions. Good. And then from here, we're just going to release that right hand. Continuing to extend through that back heel. Now start to point your left toes and start to bend the knee, pulling the heel in towards the glute. And then extending the toes in line with the hip. Just warming up that hamstring. Good. Two more. Beautiful. We're going to flex the foot. I want you to cross that left foot over off the right side of your mat. Continue to press through the hands as you start to gaze over your right shoulder. Press through the heel. Beautiful. Coming back through center. Gently release that. Take a round of cat and cow just to reset. Notice the difference between the right and the left side. And then we'll gently come back to center, switching back to the other side. The right foot goes back, the left arm reaches forward. Just pause here, take a breath. Start to take some circles through that wrist and through that back ankle. One direction. And switch directions, just noticing what you feel. Again, warming up the body, nice and slow, nice and gentle. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release just that left hand. Continue to extend that back heel. And now we're going to point those toes, start to activate that hamstring by pulling the heel towards the glute and then extending the toes out. We want to move slow, so moving through water. Keeping your awareness on what's happening on your breath. Good. 2 more. Good. Extending those toes. 1 more. Inhale. And now we're going to extend those toes as you exhale, crossing that foot over the left side of your shoulder. Good. Gazing over that left side, pressing through the ball of that foot. And then as you're ready, coming back to center, release that. Good. And from here, we'll take that into child's pose. So go ahead and open your knees wide, stretch those arms out in front of you. Bring your forehead down towards the mat and just get heavy through the hips. Take a breath in, breathing into the backside, the lower lungs, the lower rib cage. Let the shoulders relax and just breathe. Notice what you feel. Good. Gently lifting the head ever so slightly. Go ahead and walk those hands over to the right, staying heavy through that left hip. And you can keep the hands side by side or place that left hand on top of the right to feel that nice side body stretch. And then gently taking it over to the left. And switching sides, just pressing through the hands as you stay nice and heavy through that right hip, breathing into that right side. Inhale. And just pause on the exhale. Beautiful work. Coming back through center. Go ahead and rise up. We're going to come into our first downward facing dog. You can keep the knees bent if you'd like, but start by just sending those hips up, pedaling out the heels. Checking out the hands, making sure they're in line with your shoulders or maybe a little wider. Feet in line with the hips or a little wider. If your hamstrings are still tight, you can bend the knees. Taking whatever organic movement feels good here. Just explore it for a moment with your breath. Try to let the shoulders relax down the back as you let your heart and chest melt towards the thighs. Pressing through each fingertip as if you were pressing down and forward into the hands. And just check out your stance. Make sure you're not too far apart or too close together with those hands and feet. And start to lift your heels as you take that forward to a plank position, taking the shoulders over the wrists and just check out your stance. Belly strong, and then keeping the heels up, just send the hips to the sky. Good. Let's do that again with the breath. Inhale, start to shift forward. Try to take it slow. Exhale, hips to the sky. Let the gaze go between the heels. Good. Try to use the whole breath. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, shifting back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, sending those hips up. Just pause. From here, go ahead and bend the knees. Gently step forward towards the top of your space. You can keep your knees bent again. If the hamstrings are still tight, listen to your body, but let the head be heavy. Let your shoulders relax. Let gravity do its job here. Just shaking the head no, maybe nodding it yes. Just pausing. Good. From here, I want you to bring your hands right below the knees, coming into this halfway lift, this nice neutral spine, pulling the belly in, sliding the shoulder blades onto the back, bringing the neck and ears in line with those shoulders. And then we're going to use that to bring ourselves up to a standing position. As you inhale, go ahead and reach those arms forward and up. And just stretch up, look up, take a gentle extension here. And then exhale, just bring hands to heart. Close the eyes or find a nice steady gaze. Just take an inhale. And as you exhale, let the shoulders relax. Feel grounded in your feet and strong in your stance. Good. Inhale, release those hands down. As you inhale, reach out and up, bringing the palms to touch, and then drawing them through heart center with the breath. Inhale, reach down, reach out, reach up. Exhale, hands will come to heart. Good. 2 more. Inhale, get tall, get big. And exhale, bring it in. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, look up. And exhale, hands to heart. Just pause. Feel that energy. Feel that breath moving in and out of the lungs. Beautiful. From here, release those hands. Reach those arms up. Bring palms to touch this time. Pulling the belly in. Keeping the biceps by your ears. Staying heavy through the feet. Just take a side body stretch to the right. Coming back through center. Low ribs pull in and stretch over to the left. Reaching through those fingertips. Good. Slowly coming back to center. Inhale. Start to take a vertical twist. So keep that left arm forward. Take your right hand back. Taking the gaze over that right shoulder. And now gently just draw that left hip back ever so slightly. Keeping the weight equal in the feet. We don't want to over twist. Just reach and feel that expansion through the mid-spine. Coming back to center. Inhale. Exhale, let's take it over to the left. Nice and gentle. Again, nothing forced, just reach. And then drawing that right hip back. It's not going to be a huge twist. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Let's go 1 more time. Each side. Exhale to the right. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale over to the left. Reach. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center. Look up, reach up, stretch up. This time we'll fold over the legs. Hands through heart center. Uttanasana. Good. Inhale, taking a halfway lift. Look forward, find a neutral spine, and then you're going to plant your palms. Step back to your plank. Good. Pause here. Take a breath in. Get big through the lungs. And then as you exhale, nice and slow, bringing it all the way down to the belly. Flipping the tops of the feet to the mat. Go ahead and walk those hands back to the thumb so that the thumbs are at the bottom of your rib cage. Slide those shoulder blades down and back. And then inhale. Just lift the chest a few inches, keeping the gaze down so that the ears stay in line with the shoulders. We're finding a nice neutral position here and feeling those little low back muscles activate. Keep your glutes strong. Keep your feet down. Hands stay where they are. As you exhale, just release. We'll do that again. Inhale, shoulder blades onto the back. Squeeze the glutes as you use your back muscles to lift the chest. And exhale, release. Good. 1 more time. Inhale. The hands are just there for support. Using our back muscles to lift up. Shoulder blades relax. And exhale. Coming back down. Go ahead and reset, pressing yourself through tabletop. We'll come into our downward facing dog. Good. And downward facing dog is not necessarily a resting posture for everyone. It takes time for it to feel like it's less effort. So please feel free to modify. Take a child's pose. Whatever feels good in your body. This is your practice. Go ahead and take an inhale. Lift the heels. Stretch. Exhale. This time we'll bend the knees. We're going to step gently towards the top of our space. Good. Starting to connect the movement. Take that halfway lift. Finding a neutral spine and allow that to bring you up. Arms are going to reach out and up. Inhale, connecting the breath and the movement. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, reach up, palms touch. Pause here on the inhale. As you exhale, take that stretch to the right. Side body. Good. Moving through that lateral movement through the spine to the left. Good. Coming back to center. We'll take that vertical twist, keeping the gaze over that right shoulder and belly strong. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, take it over to the left. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center. Pause, look up, reach up. Exhale, we'll fold over the legs. Uttanasana, letting it all go. Take a halfway lift. Plant your palms, step back to your plank and pause. And you can always come down to the knees first, but nice and slow, bring it all the way down to your belly. Setting up for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Again, draw those thumbs back. Elbows point to the sky. Inhale, lift the chest. Use your back muscles. Exhale, release. Good. One more. Inhale. Good. Exhale. One continuous movement, tucking the toes, making your way back to your downward facing dog. Reset. Take a breath. And let it go. Good. Inhale. We're going to reach that right leg up. And then use your core or your hand to guide it to the outside of your right hand. We'll bring that back knee down and just set up your space. The hands are there for support. So just getting heavy through the hip. And then we're going to take that left hand out to give us some room. Start to just reach up with that right arm. Just a nice gentle twist. Staying heavy in that front foot. Pushing through that left hand. And rather than reaching back, just reach straight up above you. Beautiful. Bringing that hand down. Go ahead and pick up that back knee. Sweeping the right leg high. Good. From here, pulling that knee into the chest, you're going to extend the outer edge of that foot to the left side. Getting heavy through the hips as you let that right hip sink towards the mat. And then lifting the hips. And then exhale, let the hips melt. Good. Inhale, start to lift up, starting to extend that right leg up to the sky. And release to your downward facing dog. Pause. Good. Let's move to the other side, lifting the left heel just in line with the hip. It doesn't have to go too high. And then using your core, or using your hand to guide that foot all the way up towards that left hand. Turn the toes out if you have tight hips. We're going to bring that back knee down, setting up our space, and then take that right hand out to the side as you inhale, taking a twist, reaching right up above you. Maybe take the gaze up. Using the whole body. Taking a breath in, get big. And exhale, gently release that left hand. Picking up your back knee. Sweeping that left leg high. Pause. Good. Start to pull the knee into the chest, extending that foot out to the right side. Spinning on both edges of the feet. Get heavy through the hips. Using those hands for support, and then lift the hips, and then we get heavy through the hips. Good. And then everything moves together, extending that left leg up to the sky, making those little adjustments, and release to your downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, lift the heels, bend your knees, look between the hands. And you can walk or float gently to the top of your space. Wherever you are, take a halfway lift. Let that bring you up to your standing position. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Look up, palms press. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathing into that heart space. Good. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, arms up. This time we'll take that side body stretch to the right. Good. Notice if you've gained any space as you inhale back through center. Take it over to the left. Beautiful. Coming back up. Taking that vertical twist over to the right. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, taking it over to the left. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center. Look up, stretch up, reach up. Big inhale. Exhale, taking it over into Uttanasana, your forward fold, taking a halfway lift, connecting the movement, stepping back to your plank. So you can come all the way down or start to come halfway down for Chaturanga Dandasana. And then wherever you are, we'll lift up for Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. And we reset, we meet in Downward Facing Dog. Take an inhale. Let it go. Starting to feel some heat. Taking your time. When you're ready, inhale, reach that right leg up. Exhale, step wide to that runner's lunge. Pause. Good. Bringing the back knee down and finding that twist, reaching that right arm up. And now from here, start to take the top of that left foot to the mat. And just like we did in the beginning of class, start to pull that heel into the glute. Maybe we reach for the foot, maybe not. But we want to use our hamstring to pull that heel in to feel a nice gentle quad stretch. If this is too much, just simply keep that foot down. If you'd like to try this variation though, go ahead and just reach back for the foot. And then everything will release together. Picking up that back foot, hands down, sweep the right leg high. And we'll draw that knee in, taking that foot out to the side. Good, allowing the hips to sink. And then inhale, lift the hips. Good, allowing the hips to sink. And now inhale, start to press into that right hand, reach that left arm up. Good, release the left hand. Everything moves together to dismantle right leg to the sky. Good, this time step that right foot through to lunge. Placing the foot between your hands now, bringing that back knee down, just pause. So again, we want to frame the foot with the hands, but you might need to take a little bit of a wider stance, depending on your hip mobility. So go ahead and just pause here, lifting the chest ever so slightly. And then we're just going to use the hands to guide back into this half split. So really flexing that right foot, pushing that heel down. And then we'll take it forward. Good, gently taking it back. And gently shifting forward into that front foot. Good, gently take it back here, pause. And then we'll come back through center, picking up that back knee. Plant your palms, sweeping the right leg high. This time we're going to bend the knee, give that hip some freedom. Good. Releasing to your downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And exhale. Good. Left leg reaches to the sky. Beautiful. Step wide to that runner's lunge. Take your time, setting up the shape, bringing the back knee down, giving yourself that space, and then inhale, reach up, stretch. Good. So you can stay here, or we can explore it. Starting to pull that right heel in, start to reach back for that foot. And maybe we grab the foot, maybe we don't. Each side's going to feel a little bit different. Wherever you are, though, just pause. Notice what you're feeling in your body. Just take a breath, soften, sending your breath to any tension. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release all of that, picking up back knee, sweeping that left leg up to the sky as you inhale, stretch. And exhale, bringing it through to a lunge, placing the foot between the hands, once again, setting up your space, bring that back knee down, lifting the heart ever so slightly. And then shifting back into that half split, really flexing those left toes, pushing the heel into the ground so we feel that active stretch, and then shifting forward. Again, listening to your body. If you need a pillow or if this is hurting your knees, please make those adjustments. But we just want to feel a nice, gentle stretch. Again, nothing forced, just going where you and your body are comfortable with. Good, let's do that one more time. Just pause in that stretch. And then shifting forward, picking up that back knee, sweeping the left leg high. Bend the knee and let that heel drop, get heavy. Beautiful. Coming back to center. This time we'll shift forward to plank, taking a vinyasa, coming halfway down or all the way down. And then inhale, lifting up for upward facing dog. Exhale, pulling back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. And let it go. Beautiful. From here, go ahead and come down to your knees. Shifting your hips to one side. And coming onto your back. Nice and gentle, pulling the knees into your chest. And just noticing the difference. Releasing your feet to the mat. Bring those shoulder blades underneath you. We'll set up for bridge. So we want to make sure our feet aren't too far away from us or too close to our glutes. We want those heels right underneath the knees. And go ahead and bring the arms down, pressing through the backs of the shoulders. Think about pressing the tips of the shoulder blades into the mat. And as you do that, you might feel your hips lift ever so slightly. That's okay. We want to keep those hips lifted just a little bit as we start to inhale, lifting the hip the hips so that the hip bones are in line with the knees. Keep pressing through the back of your head and the backs of the arms. And then bring the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Helps to engage the neck muscles. Keep pressing through the back of the head, pressing through those muscles along the neck. And then slowly release. Try not to slam the hips down. We want to move one vertebrae at a time. So inhale, start to lift from the tailbone all the way up to the shoulder blades, pressing through the shoulders, pressing through the backs of the arms, and then press through the center of each heel. Big inhale right into that heart. And then exhale, slowly release. Good, let's do that one more time. All together. Inhale, find that bridge shape, pause. Pressing through the hands, through the shoulders, through the back of the head. And exhale, slowly release. Beautiful work. Pulling both knees into your chest. Gently tick-tocking the knees side to side. And then when you're ready, you can cactus or goalpost those arms, dropping the knees to the right as you look to your left. Just noticing the differences. Noticing any space we've created. As you inhale, slowly, gently coming back to your center, taking that twist to the left as you take your gaze to the right, and just breathe. Again, just noticing the difference. As you inhale, gently coming back to center. And from here, we'll grab the outer arches of the feet, coming into this dead bug or happy baby pose. Pressing through the heels, playing a bit of tug-of-war with the hands and the feet as you stay nice and heavy through the spine, through the hips, through the back of the head. If it feels good to gently rock side to side, that's cool. Do whatever feels good in your body. Try to release any leftover tension, any tightness we're still holding on to. And then we'll reverse that. So taking your feet to the outer edges of your mat and letting your knees kind of collapse in towards one another. If you don't feel anything here, you'll take your feet wider. And we want to feel a little bit of weirdness through the pelvis. Nothing painful, nothing sharp. Just a counter pose to dead bug and happy baby, helping lubricate those hip joints, getting deep into the hip socket. And then as you're ready, go ahead and pull those knees back into your chest, wrapping your arms around your shins, pulling your forehead to your knees, just sealing in our flow, sealing in our practice. And then we'll just find a moment of stillness. So as you're ready, find this final Shavasana, setting it up the way you would any other pose, and just allow yourself to breathe deep for a moment, getting heavy and giving your weight to the ground. Taking one final scan from the crown of the head, down the neck and into the shoulders, all the way down the spine, into the back side of the hips, the backs of the legs, the backs of the knees, the ankles, heels, and toes. Everything just gets heavy. Relaxing the face, the jaw, that space between the brow. And breathing deep into your diaphragm, into your low belly, into your low back. And you're welcome to stay here as long as you need. But when you're ready, go ahead and take a full body stretch on your next inhale, pointing the toes, reaching up and overhead like you just woke up in the morning. And then gently pulling those knees into your chest, making your way over onto one side. And when you're ready, gently pressing yourself up to a seat. And whether that's with the legs crossed or on the knees, just come to this final position with the hands on the knees. You can find a nice steady gaze or gently close the eyes. And just take one final moment with yourself to notice the differences, to feel grounded and present in the here and now, bringing your hands together in front of your heart. In my class, we always honor ourselves, first and foremost, for showing up, for taking the time, for carving out the space to make it to our mat. So give yourself that honor and that grace by bowing your chin to your chest and just showing yourself that gratitude. And from there, bringing your thumbs right between the brow, just lifting the gaze here, finding a moment of gratitude for whatever else you're grateful for today. For our practice, for our health, our bodies. And in that gratitude, we bow to this practice and to all things. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this session. Remember, if you like this session, make sure you give it that thumbs up. Follow Ripple Yoga Wear. I'll be dropping a link to my personal YouTube channel in the description, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.